Imagine living in a time where the boundaries between the divine and the human were blurred, a time when women gave birth to giants, and their sons became the heroes and warriors of legend. In Genesis 6:2, we find a story that has intrigued and puzzled believers for centuries. Who were these women? And how did their children become the famous Nephilim, the giants of old? Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of Genesis 6, where women played a key role in bringing forth these legendary figures. We'll explore the lives of these women, the nature of their sons, and even speculate, just a little, on whether some of the heroes and demigods from ancient religions could be connected to the Nephilim. Buckle up, because this is a story that blends history, mystery, and a touch of the supernatural. Genesis 6:2 tells us, "The sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose." Shortly after, we read in Genesis 6:4, "The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown." Let's start with these women, the daughters of humans. They were living ordinary lives until they caught the attention of the sons of God. Whether these sons of God were divine beings, angels, or simply men from a godly lineage, what's clear is that these unions produced extraordinary offspring, the Nephilim. Now, what's fascinating here is that these women, though often unnamed and unrecognized, were the mothers of some of the most powerful and famous figures of ancient times. These Nephilim, described as giants, were not just physically imposing. They were also heroes of old, men of renown. In other words, they were the legends of their time, the warriors and leaders who left a mark on history. The Nephilim weren't just giants in stature, they were giants in reputation. These men became the heroes of their day, the figures that stories and legends were built around. But what exactly made them so special? The Bible doesn't give us many details, but it does tell us that they were men of renown. This could mean that they were known for their strength, their courage, or their leadership in battle. In ancient times, these qualities would have made them not just warriors, but legends. They were the kinds of figures that entire cultures would remember and pass down through stories for generations. Now here's where it gets even more intriguing. Some scholars and enthusiasts have speculated, purely speculated, that these Nephilim could be connected to the demigods and heroes worshipped in other ancient religions. Think of the mighty Hercules in Greek mythology, or Gilgamesh in Mesopotamian lore. Could it be that these figures, who were part human and part divine, have their origins in the Nephilim? Let's be clear, there's no direct biblical evidence to support this idea. The Bible doesn't say that the Nephilim became the gods of other religions. But it's an interesting thought, isn't it? The idea that these ancient heroes, who were larger than life, might have echoes in the legends and myths of other cultures. When we look outside the Bible, we do find some tantalizing clues. The Book of Enoch, a non-canonical Jewish text, gives us a much more detailed account of the Nephilim. In Enoch's version, the sons of God are identified as fallen angels who taught humanity forbidden knowledge and fathered the Nephilim. These Nephilim are described as giants who were so powerful and destructive that their existence led to chaos on earth, prompting God to cleanse the world with the flood. In this account, the Nephilim are not just heroes. They are almost like demigods, with abilities and strength far beyond that of ordinary humans. The Book of Enoch does not directly state that Nephilims were worshipped, however. Their portrayal lines up with the idea that these beings were revered, feared, and speculatively perhaps even worshipped in some ancient cultures. But again, it's important to note that this is from a text outside of the Bible, and while it's fascinating, it's not considered canonical scripture. Also, this text did not specifically mention that Nephilim were worshipped. This is just speculative. As for whether there's evidence that the Nephilim became the demigods or heroes of other religions, there isn't any direct evidence in the Bible or other extra-biblical sources. This idea remains in the realm of speculation and imagination, but it's a powerful example of how stories and legends can grow, evolve, and cross cultural boundaries over time. So what about the women, the daughters of humans who gave birth to these giants? While the Bible doesn't give us their names or personal stories, we can imagine the weight of their roles. These women were part of something much larger than themselves, something that would shape the history of the world. Their sons became the legends, but they were the ones who bore them, raised them, and watched them become the heroes of old. In a way, these women remind us that even when history overlooks or forgets them, women have always been at the heart of the story, bringing life, nurturing greatness, and sometimes witnessing the rise and fall of giants. While the biblical account of the women who bore the Nephilim is shrouded in mystery, There are timeless lessons modern women can draw from their story. These women, though unnamed and often overlooked, played a crucial role in a narrative that has captivated the imagination for centuries. Here are some principles we can glean from their experience and apply to our lives today. Awareness of consequences. The union between the sons of God and the daughters of men had significant consequences. This can remind women to be mindful of their choices and the potential long-term effects on their lives and communities. Value your role in the story and embrace your influence. Even though the Bible doesn't provide detailed accounts of these women's lives, their legacy is intertwined with the story of the Nephilim. This teaches us to value our roles no matter how small they might seem. Every action and decision contributes to a larger narrative. Recognize your worth and the significance of your contributions to the world. The women in Genesis 6 were pivotal in bringing forth figures who would become legendary. This reminds us of the profound impact women can have, even when they are not in the spotlight. Modern women can embrace their influence in their families, communities, and workplaces. Whether through nurturing relationships, leading initiatives, or inspiring change, your contributions are vital and can shape the future in meaningful ways. Nurture greatness. On a positive note, the mothers of the Nephilim raised children who became heroes of old. This underscores the importance of nurturing and guiding the next generation. Whether you are a parent, mentor, or role model, invest in those around you. Encourage their strengths, support their dreams, and help them grow into individuals who can make a positive impact on the world. As we ponder these lessons, let's celebrate the strength and resilience of women throughout history and today. The stories of the Bible, including those of unnamed women, offer us valuable insights and inspiration. Let's continue to explore these narratives and apply their wisdom to our lives, enriching our journey with purpose and meaning. As we reflect on the story of the Nephilim and their mothers, we're left with a sense of awe and wonder. The Bible gives us just a glimpse of these extraordinary figures, leaving much to our imagination. And while we can speculate about their connections to other ancient heroes, what remains clear is that the Nephilim were a powerful and mysterious force in the world before the flood. For the women who gave birth to them, their legacy is intertwined with the legends of their sons, giants, heroes, and men of renown. It's a story that challenges us to look deeper, to ask questions, and to appreciate the complexity and depth of the biblical narrative. If you've enjoyed this exploration into the world of the Nephilim and want to dive deeper into more fascinating stories from the Bible, especially those involving women, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. There's so much more to uncover, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, the Bible is full of incredible stories, often with women at the very heart of them. Let's keep exploring these stories together, one verse at a time. See you in the next video.